Thank you for joining the Sunday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Ozugbakun. Today on the program, confusion reigns as Abure Apapa differ over appeal court ruling on Labour Party leadership. And later on the show, President Tinubu blames Chicago University clerk for anomalies, blatant irregularities, appearance of difference on academic certificates. I'll be hanging out with Dr. Oladipo and Paul Dada. Babajide Kolade Otitoju will be joining us from our Abuja studio. So if you're ready, let the hangout start now. Thank you for staying with us. It's Journalist Hangout on Sunday. Let's begin with the crackdown on economic saboteurs in Nigeria. Troops of the 6th Division Nigerian Army have destroyed 8 active ovens used for illegal refining of stolen crude in Delta State. According to the Director of Army Public Relations, Brigadier-General OnyemaNwachukwu, they destroyed 14 storage reservoirs containing stolen crude oil, estimated at 200,000 litres and 90,000 litres for locally refined diesel. Gentlemen, we keep seeing this every day. Doctor, let me start from you. And it seems the administration of Bola Tinubu, I think it seems they are ready to take on the saboteurs. It seems they are ready to take on those that sell our crude oil illegally. So every day now, we now get to hear of this kind of stories. We want to make sure that our revenue profile, is up there, so that these people will stop shortchanging us.
Yes, you are quite right on that. Like we were told when the administration came in by the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, especially when the president visited the NSA's office and saw the kind of gadgets, equipment, sophisticated technology installed in that office, that nothing stops Nigeria from being able to monitor any part of the country, especially the South-South, where the bulk of this sabotage takes place. So if we are getting it right, it's kudos to those who are manning that sector, and then also to the troops. Because what we've seen for a couple of years now have been what we'll say are minor things that people get away with, and then they are brought to the fore. We've seen the arrest of vessels. We've also seen destruction of illegal refineries. I think this is good for us. But more attention should be focused on how to even cut off completely the supplies getting to these refineries. Because that is where the bulk of the work lies. Once the crude is able to leak,
200,000 crude.
Once it's able to get out, anyhow, whether it is going to be sold to the international market, whether it is going to be refined locally, something will be done. So more attention should be paid to that. Once you cut off the supply, the refineries become useless. I think that's what we should be looking at.
Yeah, the operation of illegal refineries has gone on for too long, and Nigeria has been losing a lot. I think we have about $3 billion, in 1 year wasted due to stealing of crude and all of that. Apart from the money that is the fund that is being lost, the effect on health. We've had cases of deaths occurring as a result of explosion in illegal refineries. There was a documentary by the NNPC that in July, within 5 days in July, 6 days in July, I think they discovered about 69 illegal refineries in Bayelsa, mostly in Bayelsa, and about over 90 illegal connections. What they do is they go to break the pipeline, siphon oil, and then connect it to their And what do they even do? Just some sort of oven or pot or tank, you know, and then a cauldron, and then they heat it, and then they have the products they want to have. They mostly deal in AGO, diesel, and all of that. So it's a problem to the environment. It's also a problem to the environment because they pollute the water. It affects wildlife, pollutes the air, and all of that. So all hands, we cannot rest on our horse. All hands must be on deck. Kudos to the authorities because of the renewed fight against oil theft and illegal refinery. I just hope they keep it up.
BKO, we have unfortunate situation whereby these people collaborate and connive with government officials, security, to perpetuate this illegal act.
Have been stealing from the country, and there is every reason to believe that there is official connivance. Even security operatives are very much involved. You can imagine a situation in which I was reading this week about Libya, a war-torn Libya, able to produce more than 1.250 million barrels a day. That's on the average. Nigeria in the month of July was only able to do 1,080,000. That is way below our OPEC quota, because OPEC expects us to deliver a minimum of 1.7 million barrels a day. So if a war-torn country like Libya can do 1.250 million barrels a day, it is such a big shame on our country that we are allowing this to happen to us, and we are losing so much money as a result of oil theft. The minister has already told us that we still lose on a daily basis at least 400,000 barrels a day. Some oil companies have divested from Nigeria because of this problem. And because of the absence of those companies and the fact that we've not been able to replace them, it will be tough for us to even meet our quota, because that is what we call production shorting. So we need to defeat oil theft so that we can earn more money, which will help the value of our currency, because the more money we earn by way of foreign exchange, the stronger our currency will become. So we can't be producing 1.80 million barrels a day when our quota is 1.7 million barrels a day. We can't be producing 1.80 million barrels a day. It's just sad. And that's why we have all the problems that we have. We can't pay our bills. We are taking loans up and down. We can't keep the value of our currency steady, because it is incumbent on how much foreign exchange you earn. And that is our main foreign exchange earner. So that is a sector that actually Bola Ahmed Tinubu has to fix in every way possible. Otherwise, as a country, we'll be in trouble.
We have to name and shame these individuals conniving with, these vandals, especially in the armed forces and within NNPC, people working with them just to bring the country down, just to sabotage the outputs.
I think we are getting close to that. We are getting close to that, because if in the last 1-2 months vessels have been arrested, they will be traced to owners. They will be traced to those who actually hired them for the job. So I think we are getting very, very close to that. And that's what we really need now. There is nothing else that will work more effectively than that. Once people know that there will be consequence for whatever they have done, definitely these things will stop.
Paul, our people, we sometimes I'll be forced to say that patriotism does not run inside some Nigerians.
Yeah. And
it's very easy to do anything that will hurt the country.
And that is why I will also call for naming and shaming. It's not enough to say that we'll get close to that. Let us see it happen. You know, BK shared a report that over 400,000 barrels. That's even far ahead of what I read. What I read is, the report I have is over 200,000 barrels lost per day. That accounts for 10% of...
per day?
Yes, 10% per day. Whether it is 200,000 barrels or it is 400,000 barrels, which one is good? Which one is good there? So there must be naming and shaming. It's not enough to just destroy those illegal refineries. We want to see the dark, the bad, the ugly faces behind those sinister acts. They must be named and shamed. They must be prosecuted. And they must be dealt with.
We want to bring this country on its knees.
Exactly.
That we'll be given quota by OPEC and will not be able
and we cannot meet it. And why?
Some people will be
silent. We're just like the proverbial for those who understand Yoruba. You understand? It's like the child of a meat seller that eats bones. You know, we are blessed with abundance of resources in this country, but because of the act of sabotage by unscrupulous people, we keep having problems that we should not be having at this time. So there must be naming and shaming, there must be prosecution. S must roll. And that's what we want to see.
Abigail, somebody was even pointing at the way they vandalize our natural resources, crude oil, the way they take it out and sell illegally. That is the same thing that we have in Zamfara, where we are blessed with gold. And some people that are interested will just send workers all out on a gold mine, not bothering that this is exclusive right of the federal government. Individuals will go there and they'll be mining.
You improve security in those areas, you cannot really bring sanity to the mining. And what really has government done? Zamfara is extremely rich in gold, by far richer than the Ilesha area in Osun State. In Zamfara, on the surface of the earth, if the rain falls, it washes away the topsoil, and you will see gold with your own eyes. This is not fiction. This is what I saw. Even lithium, Zamfara has it in abundance. You know? So, but what is the structure for prospecting these mineral resources? There's really no structure on ground. There's no reason why Zamfara, as rich as it is in gold, should not have a gold refinery. Kudos to Governor Oyetola, who set up a gold refinery in Osun State, working with some investors from Zimbabwe. That is what you should do in a place like Zamfara, because it's almost effortless. Taking gold in Zamfara is almost effortless. There was a time that it rained, and villagers rushed to the site where they saw gold, and they were just packing the thing. The governor had to send police to chase them away. It's that easy. Whereas in Osun State, you would dig up to 80 meters to 100 meters before you encounter gold. In Zamfara, it's just there, lying on the floor, literally. And governments at all levels, they are not doing anything. I'm not convinced that the federal government has even done enough. So we have to start from there. I don't blame those who are taking gold from Zamfara, because the situation is not even, it's not regulated the right way it should be. So that is my opinion on that. We have to do much more than simply talking about these things. We have to be well regulated. If we need to relocate people to other places so that government can take over those places where the state is very rich in gold, you can relocate them, build fantastic houses for them, and bring gold refineries and the private sector, both from Nigeria and outside Nigeria, to those areas. and let them continue mining and let government be able to make money from what they are mining. For now, there is no discipline about the way the thing is done. There is no structure at all, no gold refinery. How can you have a state so rich in gold and there's not one gold refinery? I mean, it's ridiculous.
All right. It's a season of palliative in Nigeria due to the impact of petrol